What do you do with your memories? Do you have a legacy? Um, I know that I sure do because I can't think of any other thing that I want to give to my family and friends and the universe to let them know that I was here, except my legacy, the memories that I have, the thoughts that I've had throughout my life, the wisdom that I have. I want to be able to share that with just about everybody. When you get to be a certain age, it becomes scary about the notion that you're gonna go soon and things are not gonna be the same, and whatever you brought to this world is what you're gonna go with. So for me, now that I'm at the end of my life, I'm almost 80 years old. I have to think about, what was my life about? What have I accomplished? What are the things that I want people to remember me for? Or are they going to remember me at all once I'm gone? Do they even know I existed? And I think that if we really value what our life was about, if we can recognize the meaning and we have the emotional readiness to be able to look at what our life was about, in many cases, I really do believe that I can, everyone can develop a legacy that is about the truth about you, not the sugar-coated one, not the one that everybody wants you to talk about, not only about keeping mom's recipes or grandma's recipes. How about wanting to know about what was mom thinking when she was young? What did she want to do? What were her desires? What were her goals? Where did she want to have her life go? And did your life go the way that you wanted it to? What are the things that were missing in your life? So you can go down that memory lane and go down there with confidence once you have this readiness. Because I've been working in the legacy preservation area, because I really believe that our stories have value to them, particularly if they are ones that can make a difference in someone's life. To just tell the story but not have a solution to some things that you had gone through. So, what I'm saying is that if you're going to develop a legacy, one of the online legacy apps, and use them to preserve your legacy, you want to prepare yourself with thinking about, what is it that I want to talk about? Because I know that there's a problem with getting in front of a camera or getting in front of a screen, and then it says, okay, tell me your story, and asks you a question, and right away you're thinking, oh gosh, I don't know how to answer that. So if you can prepare ahead of time of the things that you really want to talk about, so maybe develop your own checklist, develop something that you feel is going to be important about your life. Because I know myself, I can put my life in different compartments. This is my personal life. This was my business life. This was my fun life. This was my not so fun life. These were the hazard, not these were the hassles. These were the struggles. All of those things together can develop into what your life story is really about. And you can do it in little pieces too. It doesn't have to be just one thing at a time. So building your legacy is really based on the memories that you have of yourself. And I think that where the issues come in is, you might not want to tell that story. You might feel that, oh God, if I tell that story, they're going to judge me. And they're going to say things about me or they're going to have this impression of me that um, I'm not who they think I am. And you know what? That's the real truth. That is the real truth, because they probably don't know who you really are. And the question is, do you want them to? Do you want them to know who you are? And when I say them, who is them? Them could be your family, could be your friends, your associates, your past acquaintances, or the future of our youth. Do they want to know who you are? Do you have some element of wisdom that you want to be able to share with them? It's not only family, it's not only friends. This goes into your businesses too. I'm a founder. I want my business to continue on after I leave. But do I want my business to be handled or managed or administered in a manner that I'm not, it isn't me, it isn't my voice, it isn't who I am. So you can create one of these legacies just based on your business alone too. Why not pass it down to your employees, to your officers of the board of directors, the people that are buying from you, your clients? They need to know what your story is so that when they are buying into it, they're buying into it because of what you developed, what you provided for them. And here's what I mean by that. So you've got this business, you love what you've done. People are coming to you right now because you're the poster child, you're the figurehead, you're the one that is running the company, you're the one that is the founder. Everyone relates to you and they know your story. And how do they know your story? They either go to your website, they talk to you directly, they see your posts, they see your information. But what if it is all gone? And then the only thing that they have is the memories of what you developed. Well, you can prepare that ahead of time so that they're always going to know. And you can do an AI twin that is about you and where you want it to go, and it can be set so that anybody after you're gone can access it and find out what your thoughts were about building your company. You know, the thought that I built a company at 75 years old. I've built other companies, but the recent one I built is I did that at 75 when I was, the thought to do it was when I was in the hospital and I was told to put my affairs in order because I only had a year to live. And instead of adhering to that, I went ahead and I opened up a new company. So who does that? Who does that? Well, I did that. And I did that because I didn't want to leave without having a legacy about who I was in all aspects, my personal life, my business life, and everything. So I want to have a couple of different twins for the different parts of my life. And then I want my family and friends, if they can, to be able to contribute to it. And there are some legacy preservation companies right now that are gearing towards building family, so that family can contribute to your legacy. And they can do that not only with video, but audio, with pictures, with stories, with everything that they want to add to it so that it's continuously going eternally in perpetuity. It becomes a wonderful, wonderful thing to be able to sit back and say, I'm doing this. Now, why do I say that this is important? Because I have been, over the last 4 years, looking at where my life has gone, and it's gotten smaller and smaller and smaller the more that my health has been precarious. I've gone from being able to go out and do stuff, even though I've been on oxygen for over almost 15 years now, I still was able to move around, and I didn't necessarily have to use it 24/7 for the full 15 years. So there was times when I was able to go out and still do things. But now I'm on 24/7 and I am homebound, which means that I can't go to the gym like I used to. I can't go here. I can't do that. So when I'm home and I have all this time and I'm retired, what am I going to do with my time? If I'm not contributing to the well-being and to the future of our world, then what am I doing? I can't play golf, I can't go on vacation, I can't do these things. So I'm trying to help women, I shouldn't say trying, I am, help women look at taking that paradigm shift. Instead of looking at providing for yourself in retirement about your body, where you're being exercised all the time, you're going out, you're playing golf, you're swimming, you're playing tennis, you're pickleball, all of this, why not start to use your memory, use your mind, use your brain to be able to preserve exactly who you are and put that into the format of a legacy. That keeps you busy, it keeps you focused, and it also gives you a wonderful, and I mean a wonderful, cathartic way of looking at what your life was about. It's painful to go through it, though. It is painful when you're looking at your past memories, because it's real easy to just pass by them and say, oh, I don't want to go there, I don't want to go there. But if you're willing to take that step and then you do face it and you do look at what your life was about, once you get through it, you sit back and you know what, that's not so bad. And if you had any blockage in the past, that blockage seems to have disappeared. Why? Because you faced it and you accepted it, and that was part of your life before. That's not part of your life right now. Your life right now is so valuable, especially if you are over 55 and you're a woman, and now you're looking at, where am I going to go with my life right now? I might have to be taking care of mom, and do I really know my mom? Do I like what I'm looking at when I look at my mom? Because that could be me one day. And if you don't like what's going on with your mom, then it's time for you to come together and be friends with your mom, and let's start looking at who she is, what she is, where she was, and who she wants to be. Because just like me, every woman is going to have their world will become smaller and smaller and smaller. Friends will die, friends will leave, and their health will be jeopardized in a lot of different ways that they really can't control, from aches and pains to joint to arthritis to diabetes to cancer to you name it. But after that, once your body starts to get compromised, then what are you going to depend on? And if you don't have a sharp mind, if you don't have that brain, that consciousness, that higher consciousness that can carry you through, carry you through all of that, then you are going to be very, very difficult to understand, and you won't I'm going off on a tangent here. I'm so convinced that women are feeling invisible, and I want them to be invincible, so that they can carry on no matter what the situation is, no matter where you are. So I've developed a number of different tools, and I'd love for you to follow me. I'd love for you to get involved with what I'm doing, not because I want to teach you anything, because I want to share with you. And if something I say resonates, all the better, all the better. So I'm going to say goodbye right now. I got so much more to say, but hey, namaste to all of my dear, dear, dear friends. I love you. God be with you. I love you.